Do you find you use the same words over and over again? To reach a high level of English fluency for your IELTS, job interviews, meetings, or simply your daily life, you need a broad range of vocabulary. One of the easiest ways to quickly improve your English level is to learn synonyms. Synonyms are simply different words that have the same or similar meanings. Today, you'll learn 40 synonyms you can start using today. Welcome back to JForrest English. Of course, I'm Jennifer. Now let's get started. In this lesson, you'll see a common word you may be familiar with, like help, and then you'll learn a synonym that is more formal and professional, like assist. You can use these synonyms anytime you want to sound more formal, professional, and advanced. This synonym is used when supporting someone or making something easier. She helped her coworker finish the task. She assisted her coworker in finishing the task. Notice here the sentence structure is different because you assist someone in and then the gerund, your verb in ing, in finishing the task. But if you simply use the noun, for example, the task, you can say she helped her coworker with the task. She assisted her coworker with the task. And using assisted instantly sounds more advanced and professional. And learning these synonyms will help you understand natives. Don't worry about taking these notes because I summarize everything in a free lesson PDF. You can find the link in the description.
She helps me.
If you can assist me with answers.
Now let's review start and commence. This is used when beginning something formally or officially. You can say the event started at 9 a.m. Or to sound more advanced, the event commenced at 9 a.m. Of course, here this is a verb, so you have to understand the sentence structure and know when you need to conjugate the verb or understand what prepositions are used as well. So you can use the lesson PDF to study the sentence structure. Now, you can use this in a more metaphorical way and say, I commence my day by watching a JForrest English lesson. That's how you start your day. If that's true, put that's right, put that's right in the comments. Now let's review deal with and handle. So notice the everyday expression is a two-part, a phrasal verb, to deal with. But the more advanced synonym is just the verb, to handle. And this is used when managing or taking care of a situation. For example, she deals with customer complaints. That is something that she's responsible for. She manages. So you can say she handles customer complaints to sound more advanced.
She can handle herself.
She's dealing with stuff.
Here's one that will really make you sound advanced. Think of and devise. Devise. And this is used when determining a plan or idea. He thought of a new marketing strategy. That's an everyday expression. I certainly use that every day. I only use the synonym when I want to sound more formal, professional, or advanced. He devised a new marketing strategy. I love that word, devise. Let's review give in and yield. This is used when stopping resistance or agreeing after initial opposition. So you initially said no, but then you gave in and said yes. She finally gave in to their demands. So maybe you're learning the regular verb at the same time, and that's great. The verb here is a phrasal verb, to give in to someone or something. Now the synonym, she finally yielded to their demands.
I never yielded!
And he just gave in?
Let's review explain and clarify. So you can use clarify when you're making something easier to understand or more precise. You're providing more details to your explanation. So you can, of course, ask, could you explain the instructions? But if you want the instructions to be more precise or more detailed, you can say, can you clarify the instructions? Let's review finish and finalize. This is used when completing something fully or making it officially complete. They finished the report yesterday. They finalized the report yesterday. It's only slightly different, but it makes a big impact. Let's review modern and contemporary. Contemporary. This is used when describing something belonging to the present or recent times. So we can use this in style, in look, in appearance. For example, the house has a modern design. In real estate terminology, they often say the house has a contemporary design.
And modern problems require modern solutions.
Only contemporary art?
Speaking of the house, let's review family and household. So you can use household when you're referring to people living together in one home. There are 4 people in her family. There are 4 people in her household. So yes, that can mean family, but it means family living in her house. So it's more precise than saying family. Let's review boss and employer. I absolutely use the word employer when I want to sound more official. And this is used when referring to either the person or the company who hires and supervises you or workers in general. She spoke to her boss about a raise. Absolutely, you can say that, but you may say she spoke to her employer about a raise. It makes it sound more official, more technical.
My employer wants a meeting.
Best boss I ever had.
Let's review successful and, I love this one, fruitful. Fruitful, that's fun to say, fruitful. You can use fruitful when describing an effort or outcome that brings good results. The meeting was successful. It brought good results. Maybe just we had a great discussion. The meeting was fruitful, fruitful. Now let's review different and diverse. Diverse. This is used when describing variety or lack of sameness. This definitely applies to my students on this channel. You can say the students come from different backgrounds. Sound a little more advanced and say the students come from diverse backgrounds.
A diverse portfolio.
Different backgrounds, different sensibilities.
Same thing with experience and expertise. Oh, that word just instantly sounds more advanced. Expertise. This is used when referring to skill gained through practice or knowledge in a field, of course. She has experience in project management. She has expertise in project management. Let's review possible and feasible. I love this word, feasible. This is used when describing something that can be done or achieved. You can say it's possible to complete the project by Friday, or simply replace it with it's feasible to complete the project by Friday. Notice that long sound, feasible. Let's review choose and instantly sound more advanced with select. Select. This is used when picking from options, and often you would use select in more formal contexts. So you can choose any topic for your essay. To make it sound more official, you can select any topic for your essay. Now let's review look for and seek. Seek is used when trying to find something, but usually something more official like resources or a strategy. You can say they're looking for new employees, but here because employees represents resources, you can say they're seeking new employees. Let's review show off, a phrasal verb, and exhibit. Exhibit. This is used when displaying something proudly. The artist showed off her work. The artist exhibited her work. How about put off? And the more formal term, postpone. So put off is the phrasal verb used in everyday speech, and then postpone sounds more official and formal. And this is used when delaying something to a later time. They put off the meeting until Monday. They postponed the meeting until Monday.
Postpone the wedding.
I kept putting it off.
Let's review look after and supervise. This is used when overseeing people or activities. She looks after the interns. That's our phrasal verb. She supervises the interns. That's our regular verb that sounds more official. Let's review find out, a phrasal verb, and discover. This is used when learning something new. I found out the reason for the delay. I discovered the reason for the delay. Instead of fix, you can use repair. And of course, this is used when restoring something that's broken. He fixed the computer. He repaired the computer. Let's review keep going and persist. This is used when continuing despite difficulty. She kept going even when it was hard. It's a very everyday expression. It sounds more advanced to say she persisted even when it was hard. And that's what you're doing with the English language. Let's review get in touch. You can replace all three words with contact. And this is used when reaching out to someone. I'll get in touch with you soon. Keep that in your vocabulary. But if you want to sound more formal, I'll contact you soon. Same thing with talk to, communicate with. You can use this when exchanging information or ideas. She talked to her manager about it. She communicated with her manager about it. Look into is the phrasal verb that's very commonly used in daily speech. Investigate sounds more official and formal. And this is used when examining something closely. The company is looking into the problem. The company is investigating the problem. Instead of find, you can use locate. And of course, when identifying where something is, she found her keys under the sofa. She located her keys under the sofa. That sounds more professional and perhaps more official. Let's review more time. Or you can say an extension. So this synonym is used to formally request additional time to complete something. She needed more time to meet the deadline. She needed an extension to meet the deadline. So she formally requested more time. That's an extension.
I need more time.
I just need another extension.
And instead of she asked for an extension, you can say she requested an extension. So request is used when formally asking for something. Let's review go on and continue. So this is used to describe the length of something without stopping. So you say our discussion went on for an hour. So the length of it, and there was no stopping, no pausing. Our discussion continued for an hour. Instead of point out, a very common phrasal verb, you can use highlight. And this is used when drawing attention to something. She pointed out the key issue. She highlighted the key issue. And instead of think over, you can say reflect on. And this is used when considering something carefully. He thought over the offer before replying. He reflected on the offer before replying. Instead of work on, you can use strengthen, strengthen. So this is used when improving or creating something. She's working on her presentation skills, so she's improving or creating that skill. She's strengthening her presentation skills. Instead of throw away, you can sound more formal and say discard. So this is used when removing something officially and permanently. He threw away the old documents. But to sound more official, He discarded the old documents. Let's review keep up and maintain. So this is used when continuing something consistently. Try to keep up your diet or your study routine. Try to maintain your diet or, of course, your study routine. You can use review or you can use scrutinize. Scrutinize, I love that word, scrutinize. Use scrutinize when you're reviewing something very carefully, and it's to discover or judge information. So she reviewed the policy. She scrutinized the policy. Instead of check out, you can use inspect. And this is when examining something carefully. The manager checked out the new project. So he looked at it, he tried it, he used it, or the manager inspected the new product. It sounds more official and more in-depth. Instead of talk with, you can use consult. And this is often used when seeking advice or expertise. You can certainly say he talked with a doctor. He consulted a doctor. That sounds more official. Instead of move forward, you can use advance. And this is used when progressing to the next stage. The team moved forward with the plan. The team advanced with the plan. And instead of look back, you can use reflect. And this is when thinking about the past. She looked back on her childhood. She reflected on her childhood. So notice you need that preposition on when you specify the noun. She reflected on her childhood. You can use make sure or ensure. Ensure. And this is when confirming something will happen. So please make sure the door is locked. Please ensure the door is locked. So they sound very similar. You're replacing two words, make sure, with one, ensure. Ensure. Wow, think of everything you learned. Think of all the new synonyms you have in your vocabulary. But also think of all the regular words that I shared that you have in your vocabulary. Did you notice that a lot of them were phrasal verbs? Now you absolutely can and should use the regular words in your vocabulary. In fact, my vocabulary in day-to-day life uses the regular words more than the synonyms. But the thing is, native speakers, we know when to replace a regular word with a more advanced word. We have that in our vocabulary and we can do it instantly without thinking. And that's why even though you won't use these synonyms as often as you'll use the regular words, it's still so important to have that variety, have that ability. So when you're talking to your friend or ordering a cup of coffee, you can just turn to someone else and speak to them in a different way, because maybe the conversation requires more formality. And you can do that literally talking to one person, turn and talk to another person and use different words instantly. Native speakers do this without thinking. You do this without thinking in your native language, of course. So that's why learning these synonyms will help you be able to accomplish that. So use that lesson PDF, review the regular words, learn them, practice them, and also learn the synonyms. And of course, make sure you like this lesson, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. And you can get this free speaking guide where I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. You can click here to download it or look for the link in the description. And here's another lesson I know you'll love. Watch it now.